Welcome and thank you for supporting me with my business. In this video, I'm going to break down the different types of airbrush systems, what they're used for, and where you can find them with their pricing.
Living the moment till I die. And I'm gonna chase it. And I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. And I'm gonna chase it. And I'm gonna chase it.
I'll be talking about the pros and cons of each and what I would personally recommend, depending on what you want them for. Please note that these are my personal recommendations based on systems that I've worked with or heavily researched into, and there are lots of other options out there too. I'll mainly be talking about gravity-fed airbrush guns for this video, as this is the area I have the most experience with, and again, it's just a personal preference of mine. A very basic starter machine for people who just want to cover a large area in a short amount of time. For example, this would be great for full body painting base colours. A standard single action airbrush gun and mini compressor can be found on places such as Amazon or eBay for around £40 roughly. These machines give you the control of how much paint you let out of the gun. However, there's a constant airflow, which means you can't control how much air is released from the gun. See the video as an example showing the difference between a single action and dual action for more information. Pros: they're easily affordable, accessible, and some machines have the option of changing the air pressure. They're able to work with most types of paint easily, including water, alcohol, silicone, and acrylic, etc. Cons: they'll not allow you to control how much air is released from the gun, which means they're really only useful for techniques such as base colours, stenciling, and very basic painting effects. Some basic machines will not have alternative parts, which means you can't change the nozzle or the needle to create different effects and techniques. More of a beginner option for those who would like to use an airbrush for body art, makeup, and other creative avenues would be a dual action airbrush gun and mini compressor. My personal favourite is the Airbase option. They're usually around £200 roughly, and brands such as Airbase, Mist Air, Iwata, and Kryolan, just to name a few, offer these basic kits. This machine will allow you to control how much air comes out of the gun, as well as how much paint is pushed out too, which opens up a whole new world of available techniques that you can create with this equipment. Most mini compressors have a set PSI of around 10 to 20, depending on which brand you choose, however, so these machines are better for smaller areas of work. So what is PSI? PSI stands for pounds per square inch, which in airbrush basic terms is how much air pressure is being pushed through the gun. For example, lower pressure gives you more control over the paint and is great when working on smaller scale designs or even face makeup. Higher pressure is fantastic for bigger areas and covering a faster pace, however it will give you less control. Pros: it allows you to control the airflow and paint amount. They will work with most types of paint easily, including water, alcohol, silicone, acrylic, etc. They're fairly lightweight and easy to transport for mobile workers. Parts can be changed if needed to create other effects, and it can be used for body art and airbrush makeup. Cons: they're a little more expensive than the starter single action kit. They only have a PSI of around 10 to 20, which makes it more suitable for smaller area applications. A step up from this would be looking at more durable airbrush guns and air compressors that allow you to change the pressure and work with more product. However, each artist will purchase kit depending on what their needs are. By this point, most artists will have found brands that they have a personal preference to. Again, my favourite brands are Airbase, Mist Air, Iwata, Kryolan, and Harder & Steenbeck, just to name a few. My current equipment includes the Neo for Iwata gravity-fed airbrush gun and the Kryolan compressor TC501C. For me personally, I needed something that was able to hold more paint to save me from constantly filling my gun with paint during a large-scale body paint, but also gave me the option of switching to smaller cup for when I work on airbrush makeup designs. The interchangeable cup option on the Iwata Neo was perfect for me. Also had the added benefit of interchangeable parts such as the nozzle and the needle, which allows me to create different effects, something I will cover in a future video. The compressor is a little heavier than I would have liked, weighing in at around 5 kilograms, which makes it a little more difficult when transporting, but it's not impossible. It fits nicely into my Zucker backpack with the rest of my equipment and paints. This compressor allows me to adjust the air pressure that I can allow through my airbrush gun, and it also has the option to attach a splitter, so I can work with 2 airbrush guns. Perfect for when I'm working with more than one colour or type of paint and I need to be able to switch up quickly for a demo. I'm quite happy with my current system. However, I know there are plenty of other options out there that I will eventually try and incorporate into my usage. For example, we have mainly talked about gravity-fed airbrushes in this video. There are plenty of other types out there, such as siphon-fed, side-fed, spray guns, etc., that are more suitable for other projects. Similar to this, there are other types of compressors that are much larger and can operate up to 6 to 8 airbrushes at one time. And on the opposite end of the scale, there are also handheld mini airbrush systems that are super portable and perfect for airbrush makeup artists. It all depends on what you want your airbrush for. I hope this video has helped give you an idea of the types of systems out there and what would work for you based on what you would like to use the airbrush for. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop me a message or comment and I will help recommend the best system for you. For more information on kit essentials and what I carry in my mobile airbrush kit for makeup and body art, check out my next video where I'll be breaking down the products and equipment and how I transport it all.